Hi, hi.
Whoa!
Oh, aren't you precious? I got my Tim's mug. I'm
Oh,
doing the Canadian thing today, even though I'm in Los Angeles.
I'm repping you too. Look what I dug up.
A mimic poster?
You bet. Uh-huh.
That was my first brush with Guillermo del Toro. Oh, precious. Thank you for
Look at
that,
that.
precious.
Amazing. So you obviously, well, as far as a check-in goes, have got a haircut, I see.
Well, do you know what?
Huh?
I've been cutting my own hair since seventh grade. I have so, and that includes anytime you've seen me on film as a human being in a movie or TV show. I did my own hair for that. So for me, quarantine's like, yeah, I'm still cut my own hair. So I did it. Ooh, right.
Dude, wow.
Okay.
You could offer a service. I feel like you could glue a shaver to the end of a hockey stick and you could offer like a service. You could go and cut people's hair in the
I'd have to do like some kind of a pulley system. I don't know how that works.
You got to stay safe. So since we spoke last, because we did this, I guess a couple months ago almost now. What have you been
Right.
up to? What has your life been like since?
Child, okay, so I got a literary agent, and I have plans to
Ooh,
write a couple of books, a novel, and I want to do my the reason that the agent reached out to me is because he was interested in me doing my memoirs, my life story, my autobiography.
yeah.
Uh, so pulling all that together is going to take years, by the way. So don't expect any of this soon. So I thought
Okay.
to myself, ooh, quarantine, what a perfect time to start, laptop open in a quiet
Exactly.
space, right? Child, the World Wide Webernet doesn't shut down. And the requests
Yeah.
for, hey, can you join our hack? Can you send a video to the hey, can you do an audio thing for the hey,
Yeah.
can you because everybody knows you're home.
Yeah.
So
You can't. You don't. There's no excuses anymore. You can't be like, oh, I have this thing because people
they
know.
know they know you don't have a thing. So so
Okay. So basically, what you're saying is we need to leave Doug Jones alone so we can write this book and we can all be blessed with your beautiful stories because you've got so many cool stories. Every time we talk, we dig something else up and it's amazing.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so I've just been, yeah, I've been going through piles of things. I'm sitting in my home office right now, and do you want to see something horrible?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at
Oh,
that. No,
wow.
no. I know. Look, so that pile represents years of like, oh, thank you for this thing. I'll
Yeah.
put it, well, here for now. That's what that pile is.
Well, speaking of your book, I saw some comments here already. There was somebody, where was it? I loved it. Books, yes. And then someone just said, shut up and take my money. So I feel like
Oh,
people are excited.
no, that's very sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And by the way, hi to Hawk from Iceland. I saw you in there. And there's a ton of people flying by faster than I can say hi. Yeah, hi, everybody. It's so sweet that you're commenting, and the love is amazing.
Yeah, Rachel said I would love a Doug Jones memoir. I think we all would. You've got so many. I mean, it's got to be interesting for you. I think. Well, I don't know if you've really got to that process yet of recalling some of these things, but when you look back, it's probably a little overwhelming to think of all these things. Like you've got a
Well,
pretty long IMDb, my friend. You gotta like it's got like a second page on it. You gotta like
well, okay. My career is about 35 years long, so that's
yeah.
just my career. But my life is this coming Sunday will be 60 years long. So
Well, happy early birthday.
thank you, baby, thank you. But so it's scary to think of yeah, how that's a lot of what stories do you pull from that long life, and what do you leave out, and so I have to carry a notebook around with me everywhere I go and go, oh, that time that thing happened.
It's
And
true. You do
Guillermo del
forget.
Toro, my favorite director, Guillermo del Toro, my stories of him alone are enough to fill a book. So it's like, yeah, you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, there's,
And by
there's yeah,
and
there's so many
thank
people.
thank everybody for those comments about me being 60 with exclamation points and like wow faces. I really appreciate that.
Tiana says happy birthday. Luna says happy early birthday. Love you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Love you too.
Yeah, Breezy says 60 what? Damn, you look good. So hey, there you go.
Damn. Okay. Okay.
You're
Thank
as,
you.
you're as old as you feel. And I feel like you probably feel like you're what, 20? 15?
I haven't aged since I was well. I haven't matured since I was 16.
There
So
you go.
uh, I don't know. I feel, yeah, no, I feel about 30 something, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Now, before we get into some fan questions, something new that I just kicked off this week, and this comes up, I know, often at Comic Cons and panels. People ask sometimes, "What is the worst question you've ever been asked? What is the dumbest question you've ever been asked?" And I've always wanted to ask dumb questions. So this is a segment now that I'm now calling Dumb Questions. All right, Doug, here we go. I think you're gonna love these. First of all, a dumb but hard question. What day is it?
It's Tuesday. That's a good one. It's Tuesday, right?
Yes.
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, May 19th.
Wow. Okay, dude. Wow. Okay.
But that did not come fast. That was wow. I had to think.
Oh, and that's the icebreaker one. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is a great question. What store or business would you buy a candle in the scent of?
Oh, what store? Wait, how do you come up with these?
What do you think?
This is a no-brainer. My lovely wife, Mrs. Laurie, has a store called My Heart's Cottage. It's in a bigger store called Barn and Charm in Santa Clarita, California. And she sells smelly good things and hangy pretty things. And so I would have a candle scented of My Heart's Cottage in the Barn and Charm. That's a very convoluted answer because he does sell candles that smell good. So
amazing.
There you go.
If the planets had personalities, what do you think Jupiter would be like?
I think Jupiter would have big dog syndrome. Jupiter would be the biggest dog in the right.
Okay.
They'd be the big dog in the kennel, but they don't have nothing to prove because they know they can whip all the other planets' asses.
Okay, this is a question I think that great for you because I think you've dealt with this before. Do you think it's more difficult for E.T. to sew with a needle and thread or use chopsticks?
You saw those fingers.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You yourself though, as someone who's put on the long.
Oh, child,
it's got to be tough.
I've worn more finger extensions in my life than pants. So I'm going to say chopsticks are going to be the easier thing for him because the needle and thread's kind of precision-y.
Okay. And lastly, this is a very heavily debated question in the household lately. How big does a potato have to be before you say, wow, that's a big potato?
Okay, before I would go, wow, that's a big potato. I think it'd have to be the size of a cantaloupe.
Really? That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a huge potato.
But
Tanner, it's worth the wait. It's worth the
wait. There you go. And now when people ask you what's the dumbest question you've ever been asked, now you can say that question.
I got a few I can draw from. Thank you.
All right, well, let's get to some good questions. We've got a bunch of fans asking on the comments here, so let me go through. Okay, a lot of people asking about appearances and things, which we kind of talked about last time, but here's someone, will you go on the Star Trek Con in Germany next year? Do you have any, I guess travel plans are pretty much all on standby, right?
None of us know anything about that, yeah. I would love to say yes to any. I had a whole bunch of conventions for spring and summer that had to be canceled or postponed indefinitely. So I don't know. And Star Trek Las Vegas is one of those for the Star Trek fans. That's August. They haven't canceled it yet, but they haven't assured us it's happening yet either. I don't know. We'll it's jury's out on all that. So sorry to, but the minute I can get back on a plane and go somewhere and hug people, I'm gonna do it.
That is that. We're all gonna do it. Now, here's we never got to this one before. Did Doug have singing lessons? Have you ever taken singing lessons, Doug?
Never like officially. I've never had a vocal coach except for I've sung on TV or film 6 different times, and they've never been like operatic. It's usually been like a character that just goes into a goofy song or something. Like when Hellboy and Abe Sapien were getting tipsy on Tecate beer and started singing along with Barry Manilow. Yeah. But now in Star Trek, I've sung once in season 2, I sang at the Ariam's funeral in the Kelpian language, which terrified me because I had to learn lyrics that I, couldn't make sense of. And I was singing kind of a cappella. So I did have they brought a vocal coach in to help me lay down a recording track of that so that I could lip sync to myself on set without because with the language and everything, there was no way I could do it take after take after take. So there's a little inside scoop. I'm lame and I had to record it ahead of time.
Okay, I saw there's a comment question here from Asa Randomness. Do you enjoy short films more than major films? So you've done a lot of shorts. I guess they're probably, apples and oranges. What do you think?
Yeah, to me, a good role is a good role, and good writing is good writing, and good directing is good directing, and working with other great actors is what it is. No matter what format it's in. So that would include web series, short films, TV, or major motion pictures. So for me, the short film thing, though, what I love about that is it's usually a young filmmaker who hasn't made his mark yet, or his or her mark yet.
Okay.
And if it's a creative person, it's a script that really sings to me, and a role that like I want to dig into. And I trust this director after having a little coffee date to discuss plans. Then I feel good about it. And I've done a lot of short films that I've been sharing them every Saturday night. I usually have Saturday night viewing options with Dougie. So some of them are features, some are shorts, some are web series. So I like to help that out. And oftentimes those directors will come back later when they have a full up and running career and offer you a bigger part. That's the hope, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of shorts that end up getting the feature film treatment out of it. So it happens.
Yeah, a lot of short films do go in with that intention.
Yeah.
That this is the tester for what the feature would look like. So yeah.
Cool. There's a great question here. Let's see. Okay. Well, I think we've already discussed that in the past. Here we go. This is a great one. What is next for Saru in the literal future of Discovery? Do we know what's going on? You probably don't even know anything about what's coming for Star Trek right now, right?
Right now. We finished filming season 3 at the end of February, just before quarantine time happened. So we got the season filmed. So selfishly on my part, it was good timing. But post-production's been held up a little bit with, sound design and visual effects and ADR voice looping and all that we have to do. So again, I have no idea when season 3 will be able to air. Other future is in like, is there going to be a season 4, and when would we film that? All up in the air. Don't know. They have to announce that and tell us the whens and hows, if so.
Now, aside from having, here we go. Let's see. Where did that question? Oh, it just disappeared. Where did that go? Aside from having moths in your wired open mouth, what is the most uncomfortable acting experience?
Yeah, he's talking about that's Bruce. Hi, Bruce.
Yeah.
He's talking about I think he's talking about Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
When I was Billy Butcherson and had moths in my mouth, which was a very tough day. Otherwise, the most uncomfortable I'll ever be is the farther you get from human, the harder a role is to play. So that would be the famed movie Bug Buster, in which I played the mother bug. Not proud, I'm not saying anyone should go out and rent this, but if you do, it's a kind of a goofy laugh fest, kind of scary, but and I'm the mother bug, and so you wait for me. I make a big appearance at the end. I'm guarding my pile of eggs, and Randy Quaid and I have a big duke out fight. It was absurd. It was absurd, and I have a stinger coming out of my ass. I've got a head up here that I have to bug head, and I'm in the neck, and I've got long 6-foot pinchers, coming out of my arms.
Wow.
I had to hug over. It was excruciatingly uncomfortable. Yeah,
there's a few questions like that. Like this one. Yeah, what is the most uncomfortable costume you have worn? So I guess we kind of hit it.
That's the one. Mother bug from Bug Buster. There's your answer. Mother
bug from Bug Buster. Oh man, I feel like at the end of the day, you must have rashes and marks and all kinds of things.
Except for Pan's Labyrinth. When I played the faun, El Fauno, in Pan's Labyrinth, that design was so incredibly evenly weighted and spaced, and enough different pieces that they were able to disperse the weight from top head to toe. Mm-hmm. I came out of that every day with no red marks, and that's never happened. Yeah, every day for 2 months.
Wow.
Never had a red mark after a full day in that makeup and costume. So DDT Efectos Especiales in Barcelona, Spain. Love
Amazing.
them.
If
And
I,
they won the Oscar for best makeup for that movie too.
well,
Rightly so.
damn, yeah, no kidding. If I have a nap on the couch, I got lines on my face. Like, come on, I can't shake it. Here's a great question. Back on the weird questions. Hey, Doug and Tanner, what are both of your favorite toast toppings? You ever got that question before?
Never. And I love a good piece of toast. I'm gonna say I got it. First of all, English muffins would be the preferred. I love that sourdough taste, and peanut butter and some honey.
Oh,
Come on now.
oh, damn, that's good. I'm hungry for that right now.
Okay.
Now, here's one. A lot of people asking about this, so let's just pick one at random. Here you go. Guillermo questions. Movie projects with Guillermo del Toro. Anything? Have you talked to him lately? Let's start there. Have you been in? Do you guys FaceTime in quarantine? What's going on?
Right. After working on 6 movies and a TV show with him, people over 20 years, people assume that we just do this all the time and like, hey, what you doing? But no, I can never talk to the man. He is the busiest, most sought after man I've ever known in my entire life. And the love is so there. But unless he needs me for something, I will not be hearing from him. So it's all good.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you have a separate phone that's a Guillermo phone, right? It's like the red bat phone that rings.
It's like the bat phone.
Okay. And then when that rings, you're like, you slide down the pole, and that's it. You're out.
And I set the ringer just to his voice going, doggy, doggy, doggy. Yeah. So I better pick that up. Yeah. But no immediate plans with him at the moment. He had a movie in production called Nightmare Alley that was filming, I think, up until pandemic time.
Okay.
So I think that was filming in Toronto, where you are, and I think that had to shut down. But it started filming before I was done with Star Trek Discovery season 3.
Yeah.
So knowing the overlap and knowing what I didn't get a call, and probably because he knew.
Well, I heard they stopped production on that. Yeah, Jenny on the bottom there, Jenny McLaughlin, her brother is working on it. Yeah, she said halfway through filming is where they're at. So I know halfway, and I think they're working on what they've got. But until we get back up and running, who knows? Maybe you'll be in the back half, huh? You never know.
I've been the back half of a horse before on the TV. I did on a TV commercial. No, it was the back end of a cow. It was a TV commercial for some margarine in the UK, and only ran in the UK. And but the funny part was I popped out at some point and started dancing. I don't know. I have no idea.
You really made an ass of yourself.
Ba-dum-bum. Hey.
Oh, well, that's it. End. Well, before we go on to something we're going to wrap up with here, I always wanted to know, like, when you first see a character, is there ever one that when they first kind of show you the initial concept drawings and what it's going to look like? Do you ever kind of go like, I don't know how I'm going to do this? Like, does that ever happen to you where you're like, how the hell am I going to pull this off?
Oh, almost every time. Yes. When I saw the sculpture for the fawn in Pan's Labyrinth with that zigzag leg shape, I was like, how the heck are we going to pull that off? And then the ram horns. And then when I saw the hoof feet for Saru, same thing in Star Trek Discovery. Oftentimes I'll see conceptual art with some weird shape and the Time Machine. I did the Time Machine remake that came out in 2002.
Was that the Guy Pearce? Was that
Guy Pearce? Right. And I was the lead spy Morlock in that. And the sculpture that Stan Winston Studios had made for the spy Morlocks, just their conceptual art, was had the knees of the character up here like this, right? Wow. And so it was a sculpture, and then they were like, "Gosh, it's beautiful. We love it. Do we know anybody who can do that pose?" And then that's when I got the call, right? Because you just saw my knees go pretty high. So I look at stuff and go, don't know until we try, right?
You pull it off, you do it, man. And so many people love you for it. Look at hey, Dougie from Brian. Hello from Canada.
Oh, Brian McClure was in Space Command with me. It's a little on the independent series that we just showed episode 1 of on the YouTube, and more coming. Yeah, I'm seeing lots of names that I recognize. Courtney Cooper, hi, Big Love.
Mario, love you, Doug.
Ian Adama, precious puppy, how are you? Oh yeah, no, I mean, I know so many people in this, and I'm loving all of you as this goes by.
Atlanta, Indonesia, so many people. Yes, so many projects.
Badar from Atlanta, hi Badar. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
we've got so much to talk about. We could do this all day, but I don't want to take any more of your time. You got a book to write, sir, so we got to get you back.
Child, and
now,
I got some more Tim's coffee to drink. Oh, come on.
Before we wrap up, I've been doing this with everyone I've had on lately. A little at-home self-isolation show and tell. Do you have something you could present to the class?
Well, having gone through that pile, right, I was able to find a couple things that I forgot I even had. I'm gonna save a good one for the last. But
okay.
First of all, Tanner Zipchen. People ask me all the time, do I ever get to keep any of the makeup pieces that I've worn in film and TV? And I don't get to keep everything. I mean, I don't always think to. And I didn't realize the collector world would be so prevalent, you know. Mm-hmm. But I was able. This glove I'm putting on here, is my Abe Sapien hand from the first Hellboy movie.
Wow.
Right? See the webbed fingers? That's silicone, and this is foam latex rubber. And you can see it was glued on only up to here because they blended that in with my own skin, and I had to shave my arm. So that's why my wrists had such great movement in that movie.
Wow.
That's cool, right? Isn't that gorgeous?
It's still, so what is it? Is it latex? What is it made out of?
Latex foam rubber, yes. Okay. And then the webbing in here is silicone.
Silicone. So how is it holding up? Because I know often it dries out and cracks, and it's doing okay.
This is from 2003. So yeah, it's holding up great.
Amazing. Awesome.
I keep it in a plastic bag. Yeah.
That's good.
Anyway, so yeah, and it's in great shape. Another makeup piece I got I forgot I had these too. In Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, I played another character called the Angel of Death. Mm-hmm. And the Angel of Death had the humongous teeth.
The teeth,
right?
Yeah.
So they gave me a practice pair. These are not the right color, but uppers and lowers. And so this is just so I could try to talk in them. Dude, look at these. Look at these. There's no way you can talk in the, So now you understand why I had to ADR voice loop that entire scene as the Angel of Death. Because this goes on, and then they had to do the makeup around it.
Wow.
Right. So, yeah. So I kept my that's my practice pair. So I just tried to do some dialogue at home while forming words around those humongous teeth. Fan art. I am given so much fan art, and I mean more than I could ever show you in this one sitting. Now this is not an invitation to give me more because I'm about to turn 60 and I'm starting to like purge and clean up my areas. But there are some that strike me that I love. Here's a block of wood that somebody painted Abe Sapien on. Isn't that gorgeous?
Hey, wow, that's great.
Beautiful, right? These are often given to me at convention appearances. People will come to my table and they'll give me something from Star Trek Discovery, a whimsical piece of the Star Trek Discovery crew, and I'm right there. It's true. I love that interpretation. I love art that takes the original piece and adds their own spin on it. That's kind of fun. And this is a sculpture I just got at my last convention that I did in Mexico City in March before the shutdown. Somebody sculpted this pale man out of clay in a sitting position, which I did not do in the movie. So it was an interesting new interpretation. But look at the blood splatter on him.
Nice.
Yeah, kind of sweet, right? Okay.
That's very cool.
Yeah. And the lapel pins. Lapel pins are a humongous collector for fandoms. Mm-hmm. And now these I don't know if these are for sale or not. Let's see. This one should be. Isn't this gorgeous? From The Shape of Water. It's a lapel pin.
That's amazing.
And the back has things written on it, but it's designed by M.R. Morrow. I don't know if that means you can You
Oh
can
yeah, okay,
buy
maybe we
that.
can pick it up.
Yeah, I don't know if you
Wow.
can buy. I don't know if this is purchasable, but it's gorgeous. And then someone else gave me this dual pen set
That's cool.
of my character, the Amphibian Man, and Sally Hawkins, Eliza. And again, there's no information. I have no idea if this is purchasable or if it's a one-off. But somebody gave this to me at a convention as well, so I can wear them on two lapels, and we'll have the love. And this one I know is for sale. This is a lapel pin of Saru from Star Trek Discovery,
Nice.
and it's made by a company called Fan Sets. Fan Sets.
Well,
And
Saru,
they,
you were also officially a Hallmark ornament too last Christmas, right? Is that right? Or the Christmas
yeah,
before? Yeah.
it's outside my reach, but yes, I am a Hallmark. Michael Burnham and I doing a scene from season one where she gives me a telescope. Odd Christmas ornament for your tree, but nonetheless. And Tanner, my final piece
Okay.
for you today,
Okay, great.
and this is a good one. I thought I'd lost this forever, and I found it again.
Ooh.
When I played the Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four sequel with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans as Johnny Storm, every day they had to cut. I was in a full rubber makeup to become the Silver Surfer every day, and they had to cut that off of me, and they were supposed to cut them all up into small pieces so no one could ever find these pieces. Well, I kept one, right? And okay, so
Whoa.
this is the Silver Surfer face. Do you love it?
Amazing.
Yeah, I know. And do you see the red dots on there? That's so that the CG people could track me when I moved around and talked. And then they could do their CG enhancements in post production with greater ease because of the red dots. So this was all glued down to me, and the colors were all blended in on the day. And
Wow.
my eyes were given. Doesn't that just it completely changes my demeanor and everything, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. When I played the Silver Surfer, I had to really pull back on my instincts to be like because I tend to be very very gestury and facial expressiony. And the Silver Surfer doesn't need to do any of that because he's just like he's totally the stud, the bomb, and he doesn't need to prove anything to anybody.
Yeah.
So I had to really practice my subtle.
Is the nose sealed off on the mask?
No, it had nostrils
Oh,
were
okay.
open. Yeah, nostrils. So when this was on and the entire bodysuit fit me like a glove, this was probably the most comfortable thing I've ever worn because it was humanish in
Yeah.
shape. I was able to stand upright in it, and but of course I had to do lots of lungy posing and on my surfboard. That was enhanced by rigging and some harnesses and wires that helped me get certain postures. But overall, this was a super comfortable to wear for the 18-hour days.
Wow. I feel like everyone having to wear masks outside, it must feel so normal for you.
Oh, now, oh gosh, yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like, yeah.
and when people are complaining about a mask, it's like, oh please, like that's you want to talk masks?
Yeah. That's absolutely amazing. I feel like someone owes you money now because you put that on because you just stepped into the character one last time. So that's
Right, because those days should cost somebody. Dag nabbit.
that is so
Right.
cool. Well, Doug, thank you so much. That's awesome. People in the comments were loving it. It's so cool to see all that stuff and know that you've kept it. And we got to see some photos in the book. I think it's you got to at least have a couple photo pages. What do you think?
Yeah, in the life story book, probably. I don't know. I'll have to. Maybe I'll just take them off my Instagram. I don't know.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. Anything else you want to add before we go? Anything we can find you in coming up? I guess we said we're not sure about season 3. So what anything you want to say?
Season 3 of Star Trek Discovery is coming. I promise. Yeah. Just we have no idea when exactly. But also my feature film Nosferatu is still in the works in post production. It was a remake of the 1922 silent film, and I'm super excited about it. I saw a rough cut before the sound design was done, and it's like I loved it. So I'm looking forward to showing that to the world with once my producers say that we're all done and good. So
amazing.
Yeah, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go write, and in a couple of years, hopefully there'll be a book out there. And I have a silly novel, loosely based on the real me from about 20 years ago. So it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek look at Hollywoodland from my perspective.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing everything that you're a part of because you are an amazing talent, sir. So thank
Tanner,
you.
and Tanner, puppy, you're my fave. I've interviewed with so many entertainment journalists in my lifetime, and I think you're just my fave. I just love you to pieces.
Doug, thank you so much. Well,
No, it's true.
When this is over, we'll do this in person, and we'll give big hugs in the future.
Let's meet at a Tim's in Canada.
Sounds good.
Tim's did not pay me for this today, Tim Hortons.
Hey, man, you got to make money somehow. Productions are off. I mean, just saying.
I know. And for everybody watching also, wherever you are around the world, if we had a convention planned for this year, please accept my deep apologies. I didn't know there was a virus coming. So when this is over, and hopefully those conventions can be rescheduled, and I can't wait to meet you in person and go booger booger boo on your faces, okay? With my rubber gloved hands or whatever it's going to take.
Yeah. Well, obviously, yeah. It's going to be weird to see how, I mean, we'll get to that when we get to it, I guess.
We'll get to, yeah, right, exactly.
They'll figure it out. Well, Doug Jones, thank you so much, sir. Enjoy the day.
Huggles. Hugging everybody.
Stay safe, buddy.